In the quiet hush of the evening, as the stars begin to twinkle like distant fireflies in the vast velvet sky, let us drift back through the sands of time to the ancient land of Egypt. A place where the Nile River flows eternally, its waters whispering secrets to the reeds along its banks. Close your eyes now and imagine the warm breeze carrying the scent of lotus flowers as we embark on a gentle journey through the myths of the gods and goddesses who shaped the world. This is a tale for the weary soul, a soft lullaby woven from the threads of eternity, meant to cradle you into slumber. Let the words flow over you, like the slow, steady current of the great river, pulling you deeper into rest. Our story begins in the primordial chaos, before the world was born. In the beginning there was only none, the endless ocean of nothingness, dark and formless, where no light pierced the depths. From this vast abyss, a mound of earth rose slowly, like a sleepy hill awakening from a long dream. This was the Benben, the first land, and upon it appeared Atum, the creator god, who emerged from the waters with a soft sigh. Atum was alone, but in his loneliness he dreamed of creation. He spat forth Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture, their forms materializing like mist on a cool morning. Shu and Tefnut wandered the endless waters, exploring the quiet voids, until they returned to their father, bringing with them the breath of life. As the family grew, so did the world. Shu lifted the sky, separating it from the earth with his gentle hands, creating space for all things to breathe. Tefnut's tears fell as rain, nourishing the land below. From their union came Geb, the earth god, whose body formed the fertile valleys and rolling hills, and Nut, the sky goddess, who arched over him like a protective canopy, her skin adorned with stars that twinkled softly in the night. Every evening, Nut would swallow the sun, and every morning she would give birth to it anew, in a cycle as rhythmic as your own breathing, in and out, pulling you towards sleep. Now let us wander further along the Nile's banks, where the sun god Ra sails his golden boat across the heavens each day. Ra, with his falcon head crowned by a solar disk, rises in the east as a young child, growing stronger as the hours pass, until he becomes an old man in the west, ready to descend into the underworld. His journey is eternal, a slow procession through the sky, where he battles the serpent Apep each night in the depths below. But fear not, for this battle is distant and muffled, like thunder far away on a rainy evening. Ra's light fades gently, inviting the moon to take its place, and with it, the world quiets down, just as your thoughts are quieting now. In the heart of these myths lies the story of Osiris, the benevolent king of Egypt, whose rule brought peace and abundance. Osiris was tall and wise, with skin as green as the fertile fields after the flood. He taught the people to farm, to weave, and to live in harmony with the land. But his brother Set, jealous and stormy, plotted against him in the shadows. One fateful night, Set tricked Osiris into a beautifully carved chest, sealing it shut and casting it into the Nile. The river carried the chest away on its lazy currents, drifting until it washed ashore in a distant land, where a tamarisk tree grew around it, enveloping it in soft branches. Isis, Osiris's devoted wife and sister, the goddess of magic and motherhood, searched tirelessly for her beloved. Her wings, like those of a kite bird, carried her over lands and seas, her cries echoing softly in the wind. She found the tree, and with her enchantments freed Osiris's body. But Set discovered them, and in his rage scattered the pieces across the earth. Undeterred, Isis gathered each fragment with patient care, wrapping them in linen like a mother swaddling her child. She breathed life back into Osiris, if only for a moment long enough to conceive their son, Horus. Osiris then descended to rule the underworld, becoming the judge of souls, where he sits in eternal calm, weighing hearts against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and balance. Feel the weight of that feather now, light as a sigh, balancing your own thoughts as they grow heavier with sleep. Mahat, with her ostrich plume atop her head, ensures that order prevails over chaos. Her presence is soothing, a reminder that all things find their equilibrium in time, just as the day gives way to night and wakefulness to dreams. Horus, the falcon-headed god, grew under Isis's watchful eye, hidden in the marshes where papyrus reeds swayed gently in the breeze. He embodied the sky, his eyes the sun and moon, watching over the world with unblinking gaze. When he came of age, Horus challenged Set for the throne, their conflict a series of trials that spanned the ages. In one battle, Set tore out Horus's eye, but Thoth, the ibis-headed god of wisdom and writing, healed it with his knowledge, turning it into the Wedjat, a symbol of protection and wholeness. Their struggles were fierce yet resolved in the end, with Horus ascending as king, restoring harmony to the land. The gods convened in quiet councils, their voices murmuring like leaves rustling in a soft wind, deciding the fate of the world. Thoth, ever the mediator, recorded all on his scrolls, his quill moving steadily across the papyrus. He invented hieroglyphs, those sacred symbols that captured the essence of things, allowing stories to endure through millennia. Imagine those symbols now etched in stone, telling tales in temples where incense burns low and priests chant in hushed tones. The air is thick with myrrh, lulling the senses, drawing you deeper into repose. As we meander through these myths, let us pause at the feet of Anubis, the jackal-headed guardian of the dead. With his black fur gleaming like midnight, Anubis oversees the embalming rites, wrapping bodies in linen bands soaked in resins, preserving them for the afterlife. His touch is gentle, his eyes kind, ensuring safe passage through the Duat, the underworld realm. There, souls navigate 12 gates, each guarded by deities who ask riddles in whispers. The journey is long and winding, like a river delta branching into quiet streams, leading to fields of reeds where eternity awaits in peaceful bliss. Bastet, the cat goddess, watches over homes and hearths, her form graceful and purring. She dances in the moonlight, warding off evil with her sistrum's soft rattle, a sound like rain on leaves, rhythmic and hypnotic. In her honor, cats roam freely, their eyes reflecting the stars, curling up in laps to share warmth and induce slumber. Sekhmet, Bastet's fiercer aspect, the lioness goddess of war and healing, roars in the distance but calms with offerings of beer dyed red like blood. Her breath is the desert wind, hot and dry, yet she heals as she destroys, balancing the scales of life. Feel that balance now, the ebb and flow as your own breath slows, matching the rhythm of the tales. The Nile floods annually, a gift from Hapi, the androgynous god of fertility, whose waters bring silt to enrich the soil. Crops grow tall under Khnum's potter's wheel, where he shapes humans from clay, breathing life into them with a soft exhale. Sobek, the crocodile god, lurks in the waters, powerful yet protective, his scales glistening in the sun's fading light. In the temples of Karnak and Luxor, pharaohs commune with Amun-Ra, the hidden one fused with the sun. Amun's form is veiled, his essence in the wind that rustles palm fronds. Processions move slowly, carrying statues in golden barks, chants rising and falling like waves on a calm sea. Let us linger on the myth of the Ennead, the 9 great gods of Heliopolis. Atum, Shu, Tefnut, Geb, Nut, Osiris, Isis, Set, and Nephthys. They form the foundation, their relationships a web of kinship and conflict, resolved in cycles that mirror the seasons: birth, growth, death, rebirth. Nephthys, Isis's sister, aids in the resurrection. Her mourning cries, soft laments that echo through the night. As the moon rises higher, casting silver light over the pyramids, those eternal mountains built to house kings in the afterlife, think of Khufu and his voyage to the stars. The pyramids align with Orion's belt, home of Osiris in the heavens, guiding souls upward on ladders of light. Deeper into the night we encounter Hathor, goddess of love and music, her cow horns cradling the sun disk. She welcomes the dead with milk and joy. Her dance is slow and swaying, inviting rest. In her 7 forms, she protects and nurtures, her presence a warm embrace. The scarab beetle Khepri pushes the sun across the sky at dawn, rolling it like a dung ball, symbolizing renewal. Watch him now in your mind's eye, his movements deliberate and unhurried, as the world awakens softly. Tales of lesser gods fill the gaps. Bes, the dwarf protector of households, grotesque yet kind, warding off nightmares with his tongue and rattle. Taweret, the hippopotamus goddess, safeguards childbirth with her rounded form, standing vigilant in the marshes. The Book of the Dead, a guide for the afterlife, contains spells whispered by priests, protections against crocodiles, serpents, and the devourer Amit, who waits beside the scales. If the heart is light, paradise awaits. If heavy, oblivion. But all is judged fairly in quiet solemnity. As our journey winds down, imagine sailing on Ra's night boat through the underworld caverns, where gods row steadily, passing hours marked by gates. The 12th hour brings dawn, a new beginning. But for now the darkness is comforting, a blanket over the world. Feel the sands shifting beneath you, the Nile's murmur fading into silence. The gods retire to their temples, their stories told, leaving only echoes. Let these echoes carry you to sleep, gentle and profound. The myths endure, but your eyes grow heavy, your limbs relax. Drift now into the arms of Morpheus, or perhaps into the Duat's peaceful fields. Good night, traveler of tales. May your dreams be as vast as the desert sky. Now let us revisit the creation, delving deeper into the waters of none. Imagine floating there, weightless as Atum's will shapes the void. He names himself into existence, his voice a low hum that vibrates through the waters, creating ripples that become waves, then shores. Shu's air separates, cool and refreshing, filling lungs with ease. Tefnut's moisture condenses into dew, sparkling on leaves that haven't yet grown. This slow unfolding is the essence of beginnings, patient, inevitable like the gradual onset of sleep. Geb and Nut's love is eternal, their bodies pressed close until Shu intervenes, creating the space we inhabit. Nut's belly is the sky, pregnant with stars, Geb's back the earth, quaking with longing. Their children, the Ennead, emerge from this union, each adding layers to the cosmos. Osiris brings agriculture, his death and rebirth mirroring the Nile's flood. Dark waters recede, green life emerges. Isis's magic is woven from spells chanted under moonlight, herbs gathered at dawn, her hands moving in graceful arcs. Horus's eye restored becomes a talisman against harm. Wear it in your dreams, feel its protection. Set, though chaotic, represents the desert's necessity, the balance of fertility and aridity. Without him, the land would flood unchecked. With him, borders are defined. Thoth's library holds all knowledge, scrolls unrolling endlessly. He measures time with his baboon form, counting moons and stars. Anubis weighs hearts in halls of alabaster, his scale tipping gently. The feather of Mahat floats unburdened, a model for living lightly. Bastet's purring resonates in chests, calming hearts. Sekhmet's rage cools to healing, her priests offering libations. Hapi's floods are predictable, a yearly embrace. Khnum's wheel turns steadily, shaping destinies from mud. Sobek's jaws snap, but he protects the pharaoh. Amun's hidden nature invites mystery, his temples vast and echoing. Nephthys weeps with Isis, their tears forming oases. Pyramids rise stone by stone, workers chanting in rhythm. Hathor's music fills festivals, sistrums shaking softly. Khepri's scarab rolls on eternal renewal. Bes dances awkwardly, banishing fears. Taweret stands guard, her form reassuring. The Book of the Dead spells, I am yesterday, today, tomorrow, repeated like a mantra. Gates open with passwords whispered low. Ra's boat glides, serpents slain nightly, but the victory is quiet. Dawn breaks softly, but night persists in memory. Let these cycles repeat in your mind, lulling you. The gods sleep too, in their sarcophagi, awaiting the next telling. Drift now, deeper, into silence. One lesser-known tale is of Ptah, the craftsman god of Memphis, who creates with thought and word. He speaks the world into being, his tongue the hammer, his heart the anvil. Artisans pray to him, their hands shaping clay as he did. His consort, Sekhmet, balances creation with destruction, a duo like day and night. Ninth, the weaver goddess, spins the fabric of fate, her loom clicking softly in the background of existence. She hunts with arrows, protects with shields, her wisdom ancient as the delta. Serapis, a blend of Osiris and Apis bull, emerges in later times, but his essence is timeless, strength in quiet power. The Ogdoad of Hermopolis, 8 frog and snake-headed deities from the slime, pairing to create the egg from which the sun hatches. Their croaks and hisses form the first sounds, evolving into music. In Thebes, Mut, Amun's wife, mothers the pantheon, her vulture headdress symbolizing protection. These gods intermingle, stories overlapping like vines. Osiris's resurrection inspires festivals, where bread and beer are shared, laughter fading into yawns. Imagine attending such a festival. Torches flicker low, drums beat slowly, dancers move in languid circles, the air heavy with incense, eyes drooping. Horus avenges his father in courts of gods, arguments drawn out, resolutions fair. Thoth scribes every word, papyrus rustling. Anubis guides souls, his jackal nose sniffing purity. The Duat's rivers flow lazily, boats drifting without oars. Bastet's temples house cats, mummified in reverence, their spirits wandering eternally. Sekhmet's 7 arrows of plague are appeased with rituals, turning harm to health. Hapi ties ankhs around the land, life symbols dangling. Khnum fashions animals too, rams his sacred beasts. Sobek's tears create the Nile, salty as the sea. Amun's oracle speaks in nods, mysteries unveiled gradually. Nephthys hides in shadows, her loyalty unwavering. Pyramid's chambers hold secrets, air still and cool. Hathor's mirror reflects beauty, her horns cradling horizons. Khepri transforms from beetle to god. Bes's grimaces scare spirits, his belly laughs echo faintly. Toweret's staff wards water demons. Spells from the book, protections for limbs, heart, name, each recited slowly. Ra battles Apep with spells, not swords, words weaving barriers. The underworld's hours, first, rest, second, renewal, on to 12th, rebirth. Cycles upon cycles, lulling, repeating. As the narrative closes, the Nile whispers goodnight, gods fade into stars. Sleep claims you, gentle as Isis's embrace.